If you're thinking about buying a home in Boise or the surrounding areas, this video is going to be the ultimate guide to helping you purchase a home in 2025. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to give you a lot of expert and insider tips on what to do and what to plan for in the following year. To kick off the video, we're going to do a recap of 2024 and what that's looked like so far. And let's be honest, 2024 was a very rough year for the housing market. Not in the sense of things getting more expensive, but more so that it kind of went stale for a little bit due to the impact of interest rates. In all honesty, we could probably call this year a year of resilience as far as the real estate market, because we saw the interest rates climb almost up to 8% across the nation, not just in the Treasure Valley and the Boise surrounding areas, but across the country. We're looking at almost an 8% interest rate. Now, with that, we also did see that it climbed down to mid fives for some folks, depending on the situation as far as financing type of loans and all that taken into consideration. There was some good moments, some good spurs of hope, but overall we just saw that it was just a very rough year for a lot of people. Now, the good news, although the nation struggled a little bit, the Treasure Valley as a whole, to include Boise, Meridian, Kuna, Star, and all those cities, did hold pretty strong. The Treasure Valley as a whole, we saw only a decrease of 2.8% median price point wise across the Treasure Valley, which compared to other states and other regions of the United States is far different and far better from some of the drops that other areas had. Coming to the end of the year, what we're seeing is the median price point for Boise, Idaho is around $575,000. The median price point for Meridian, Idaho is around $510,000, and some of the surrounding areas are even sub 500K. We're seeing high 400. So for those areas that are still in the lower fives, high fours, we're seeing that a lot of people really are tending to fluctuate towards those areas. And I believe those are going to be some of the best areas to purchase in the future due to affordability and just what it has to offer and everything that they're developing in 2025. Now, even in a challenging market, we saw that sellers were pretty flexible. And not only were they extremely flexible, buyers were able to negotiate things like no other year. Now, if you were one of those that ended up buying in the year of 2020 after COVID happened up to 2020, where prices just started skyrocketing and interest rates were at all-time lows, then you probably remember sellers had the ultimate power as far as what offers they were accepting due to things like waiving inspection reports to where you couldn't get an inspection, or waiving whatever the appraisal gap was. So let's say the appraisal came in and you had offered 50,000 over, people were still paying that, if not 150, 200,000 over whatever the asking price, depending on your price point. So if you fell victim to one of those situations, which unfortunately did not end up in most buyers' favor, then the good news is that you don't have to deal with that as a buyer anymore. Now the market is much more neutral, to where sellers are flexible as far as offering concessions, allowing you to get an inspection in, allowing you to do an appraisal. So what we're seeing is, and what we're projecting in 2025, is it will remain that way, and maybe even shift over to where it's just a more neutral market, where maybe some homes you are able to negotiate things, some homes you may be a little more competitive depending on the offer situation. But for most homes this last year, we've seen that people were really reliant on interest rate buydowns. They were reliant on sellers paying for closing costs and other things beyond that. So it was one of those years for a lot of people that they're excited for it to be over, and now are looking to 2025, where predictions is that interest rates will drop. Now, it may not be a significant drop, because as we know, 2% was probably a once in a lifetime thing, and it probably may not happen for a very, very long time once again. But we do see that interest rates are going to dip in 2025 projection wise. So what we did see, however, post-election, is that more buyers were interested in hopping back in the market, assuming that it's going to get better and predicting that interest rates will also follow suit. They decided to jump back into it. Now, I will say, for those buyers that did jump back into it, it does still allow for a window of opportunity for those of you that may have not jumped into it just yet. So don't lose hope if you think that the market is getting competitive. It's still not there yet. We're still in fourth quarter, and typically we see January, February is when things start to pick up again. So January is probably that last month. February may start being that month where things really start turning around and buyers in the market start heating up, to where we may potentially see multiple offer situations again. However, I would say that is dependent on the movement of interest rates and what they do come first quarter of the year. Now, by the way, guys, I do want to mention I am a local licensed real estate agent in the Boise and surrounding areas. So as much as we love making these videos for you guys, I would also absolutely love to help you with your home buying needs. So you will see my personal cell phone number as well as my email pop up on the screen, and I would absolutely love to help you guys. So call me, text me, or email me, any time of the day. I'm literally here to be a resource for you guys. So let's dive back into the content. All right, so to break it back down, we kind of summed up what happened in 2024, and we also basically summed up that in 2025, as far as the window of opportunity for you guys, it's going to be that first couple of months before the real estate market really starts to pick up in momentum. The reason why it starts to pick up momentum is actually because around March, April is when we see the most listings go active on the market, which ultimately brings out the most buyers as they begin to get very curious and start to go to open houses and start to see a lot more activity in the real estate market in general. So for those of you that are like, hey, I just want that next perfect opportunity, whether it be negotiating things or just seeing how the housing market goes and interest rates fluctuate, you guys have limited time to jump on it before we really start seeing that big shift. Now, one of the biggest pluses is going to be in 2025, although now we are limited on listings and things of that nature. As I mentioned, as we hit March, April, we tend to see the most listings come on market, which means it's going to be very diversified as far as options for what you're looking for, whether it's going to be a 3-bedroom home, a 7-bedroom home, whatever it is that you're looking for, you just have more to pick from, which is awesome because it allows you to take your time, find what you're really looking for, pending the market not going too crazy by the time we hit that spring/early summer time frame. So let's not forget, the biggest thing that the Boise and Treasure Valley have to offer are some of the best outdoor recreational activities. Treasure Valley has some of the best rated schools, to include the West Ada School District, which we talk about in quite a few of our videos, strictly due to the fact that they have very high test scores as far as mathematics and English language arts, and they're very well off as far as athletics go. There's a lot of state championships there, so if you're looking for something that's more competitive or academically challenging for your child, maybe looking into schools in those specific areas may be a pretty good call on your end. But if you need a useful link for that, let us know. We would love to send that your way so you can do your own research on that as well. Now, with the economy growing comes more opportunity, which means new construction are literally growing faster than ever, and there's more than ever being built. Now, some of the most common new construction homes, or the most popular ones that are coming right now, are going to be some of the Corey Barton homes, which are very popular due to the fact that it's a local builder. And then you also have Dry Harris Ranch, which is making monumental shifts in the new construction game. There's so many more amazing builders out there. You have Toll Brothers, you have Hubble. There's so many different ones that are building, and they're building fast, these master plan communities. So if you're looking in the new construction route, 2025 is going to be the year for you as well, because the incentives have gotten better year over year, and they're going to continue to grow those. So for those of you that are just wanting more information on the new construction, feel free to comment below or reach out to us via email or text message, and we'd love to give you some information regarding that specifically and what areas may best fit for you. Now, the best thing with those new constructions is going to be that you can potentially buy down interest rates. You can potentially buy down your closing costs to absolutely nothing. There's just so many different benefits to the new construction route. However, there is also benefits on going the existing home route, where some sellers may be a little more motivated to move. Some sellers may just be ready to move on to that next chapter, and they may also be willing to negotiate depending on where the market's at as well. So with all those things kind of going hand in hand, the bottom line is 2025, we're assuming that the real estate market in general is going to be picking up, and it's probably going to pick up relatively fast, especially with potential interest rate improvements coming in the future, and just so much more expansion on the neighborhoods, the subdivisions that are being built, and what is coming to the Boise and surrounding areas. So if this is something you would like to further discuss so we can come up with a personalized game plan for you before the 2025 year starts, whether it's your first time buying a home, whether you're relocating from work, or even if you're looking at getting into an investment property, whatever your real estate needs, we would love to have a sit down and be able to sit down with you to really come up with a strategy for your game plan and how to proceed in 2025. So once again, I'm going to reiterate, I am a licensed real estate agent. I'll put up my phone number as well as my personal email. Like I said, guys, call me, text me, email me. I am here for you guys to help you with your real estate needs. And if you didn't already, make sure you do me a huge favor. Press the like button, press the subscribe button, and also press the notification bell at the top of the screen so you can get notified when we make more amazing videos like this. If there's anything that I didn't hit on that you would like more information on, or maybe you would like another video on, make sure you guys leave it in the comments below. We would love to provide more videos that are useful to you guys. As always, appreciate you guys. Love you. See you on the next one.